The following program has been generously funded by the Patterson Foundation.
Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of This Book is Cool. My name is Beth Duda and I'm the director of the Suncoast Campaign for grade level reading. Today's book is a wonderful, heartwarming tale. It's called Because of Winn-Dixie. We have a special guest today to talk to us about why she thinks this book is cool. With us today, we have Assistant Superintendent of Schools for Sarasota County, Dr. Laura Kingsley. Hi, Laura.
Hi, everybody. Oh, gosh, I'm so excited to tell you about this book and why I think it's cool, Miss Beth.
And we're excited to have you here. Now, I have to be honest with you, the very first time I heard this book title, I thought they were talking about a grocery store.
Well, you're not too far off. I bet all of the children, when they heard that title, thought the same thing. And actually, the main character names a stray dog. Guess what? Because she is in the produce section of guess where?
I think
so the dog's name is Winn-Dixie.
I think that's so clever and such a great idea on how to name an animal by where you found the animal. Of course, I guess if a lot of people did that, we might have a lot of dogs and cats named SPCA. So, but it worked for Opal in the book Winn-Dixie. You know, one of the things that I loved about the book is that it's a chapter book. So you really get to dig in to the characters and understand a lot of what's going on in their lives. And the humor in the book, I thought, was terrific. Is there any humorous part of the book that really stands out for you?
Miss Beth, do you remember the part where Miss Franny was talking about scaring a bear with a book called War and Peace? That book is about as thick as this book.
Oh my goodness.
So it was very funny. And then, of course, when the bear walked away with War and Peace in their mouth, okay, what could be funnier?
It did. It made me laugh right out loud.
Me too. Probably a dream of mine would be if somebody would give me the gift of a little library. That is a great gift. Just getting a collection of books that you can look at every day and enjoy reading. I love that Miss Franny wanted that every day as a child. I hope some of your watchers want books for their birthday gifts.
I know that reading has brought me a great deal of joy, and as we're talking to more and more people doing the show, This Book is Cool, we are discovering more and more how important reading is to everyone and how much it enriches their lives.
And I just want to add, Miss Beth, because if children love this book, they need to look for this author. She's written so many other books that are so good too. And that makes me happy too. When children read a book like Because of Winn-Dixie and they say, wow, I really like that book. Well, they can look for that author. Kate DiCamillo wrote some really fabulous books too. So I hope they put them on. That's what they can wish for on their birthday. Kate DiCamillo's books.
That's a great idea. We had a librarian who was with us last week. Her name is Jody Williams. And she said something to me that has stuck with me. She said, there's no such thing as someone who doesn't like to read. There's only someone who hasn't found the right book.
Bingo. Love that.
I do too. You know, now the book is wonderful and it's warm. You know, it made me want to live in the same town with all of the characters. But there was also a part of the book, the litmus lozenges, that I thought was so imaginative that the author came up with that idea.
Yes.
Would you share a little bit about what a litmus lozenge does for you?
If you happen to get a litmus lozenge, then you're going to connect with the sadness that you might have that maybe people don't see, because we don't always see what someone is feeling. Sometimes people hold those feelings in. And life is full of sad times and really happy times. And, you know, this book touches on some sadness. But I will tell you, like most books I want to read, there's a very happy ending.
And I loved that the author acknowledged that people are more than what you just see on the surface, that many of us have experiences that have happened to us in our lives that maybe we have very deep feelings about or very big feelings about, and that we can't always tell what a person's experience is just by how they look on the outside.
Sort of like you can't judge a book by its cover. You have to get in and read it.
That is true. Winn-Dixie is the dog, and I'm going to show a picture of the cover to the folks in our audience so they can see this. And Winn-Dixie really helps Opal. Opal is the little girl who discovers Winn-Dixie in the grocery store. But Opal is brand new in a new town. When she arrives there, she doesn't have many friends. Her parents are not together anymore, and that's a new situation. Have you ever had an experience where you've had to move to a completely new place?
Yes, and I wish I had Winn-Dixie with me, because I think this book shows you that over this summer, Opal developed great friendships. And guess who she gave credit to for helping her develop these friendships? Look back at the cover of the book, Miss Beth.
There you
It's
go.
all because of Winn-Dixie. That is the best title.
I think Winn-Dixie encourages Opal to intermingle with all the unusual people that live in her town. And by the end of the summer, her life has been greatly enriched by all of the new people, but especially Winn-Dixie.
And it's all because of him.
It sure is. So before we have to go, do you have any words of advice about reading and why it's so important for us?
There is not a job in the world, there isn't anything that we could ever do that is not connected to reading. That's the first thing. And then there's not a joy that we will ever experience that's any better than what we can experience by reading really great books. So yes, we have to learn to read, to graduate and get a job, but we also need to read so that we can enjoy life even better. You know, I've been reading a lot of travel books right now because I can't get on an airplane, but I am getting such joy out of reading other people's books about traveling. Everybody can find something they're interested in, and I know that all of your children who are watching this will find a great book, especially starting with Because of Winn-Dixie.
Well, thank you for being with us today. It's always a joy to see you. We'll see you soon, I hope.
Thank you. Bye.
That was so much fun to talk to Dr. Laura Kingsley about the book, Because of Winn-Dixie, and what great advice she gave us. This author, Kate DiCamillo, has written a lot of books. So if this one sounds interesting to you, and I think it should, I hope that you read it, enjoy it, and then go searching for other books that Kate DiCamillo has written. This book not only has a wonderful story, it's got some great vocabulary words that we can add to our word bank. The first word we're going to add to our word bank is peculiar. Peculiar means odd or unusual. When Opal first moves to this new town, she thinks everyone in the town is peculiar. But as she gets to know them more, she realizes that most of them are quite lovable. The next word to add to our word bank is the word ignorant. Ignorant. Ignorant means lacking knowledge. Our next word is the word abiding. Abiding. That means continuing for a long time. Many of you who have pets have an abiding love for those pets, and that's a love that continues for a long time. Another word for our word bank is the word idle. Idle means not moving or lazy. It also has another meaning. It can mean lacking worth. If we say idle conversation, we mean that it's a conversation that doesn't have a great deal of meaning. Opal discovers a great deal about the people in the new town she moves to. And she discovers all of those wonderful things because she asks people to tell her about them. And as she discovers all these interesting facts about people, she grows an affection for each and every person. So our activity this week is for you to find out some interesting things about the people you know. So this is a list that we've made about a girl named Wendy. And we found out 10 exciting things about Wendy. Wendy likes to read. She has 2 brothers. Wendy is a fast runner. She plays baseball. Her cat's name is Mindy. Wendy plays hopscotch. Wendy is very kind. She loves school. Her hair is brown, and her favorite color is red. Now, learning all of these things about Wendy makes me feel like Wendy and I could probably be friends. There are some things about Wendy that I like too. I like the color red. I'm wearing red today. And here it says that Wendy likes to play hopscotch. I like to play hopscotch. So there are things that Wendy and I could have in common, and finding things in common is a great way to start a friendship. We hope that you'll take the time to find out 10 fun things about someone you know. And if you do, please write them down and send them to us at connect@gradelevelreadingsuncoast.net. We hope also that you'll create your own episode of This Book is Cool. Select a book that you really like and select some reasons why you think the book is really cool. Add a few words for our word bank and maybe an activity that goes along with the book. You can send your episode of This Book is Cool to connect@gradelevelreadingsuncoast.net. I hope that you spend some time reading to a pet that you love. Wouldn't it be fun to read because of Winn-Dixie to your dog? I know many people who read to their dogs, and the dogs love it. So remember, reading is the key to succeeding. We'll see you again very soon on another episode of This Book is Cool. Bye for now.